Hey, and welcome back to another arena run. We have Bloodscent this time, Onslaught, and Blaze of Glory. Now, we have had some really good success with Blaze of Glory. The Onslaught is what it is. It's, you're gonna get value, but you're not gonna get that burst of value that you might need for round 3, and sometimes that can lead to just feeling underpowered against some other of the leader abilities. So I'm gonna go with Blaze of Glory here. We'll pick up a few Scoia'tale units to make that work. I have no doubt about it, so I feel pretty confident about that choice. Now here's a very interesting start. We have Corvo, which is an amazing card in itself, just really weak, but a good defender is it can be a game changer. So I'm gonna go with the Cave Troll over Visigoda, just because if you have a good defender, you can bank on other cards really working well. Here, the Slicer Duchess is the best. Most arenas are filled with units, so pretty straightforward there. Jermaine is the most points here. Sabrina is interesting, though no way to really make her work at the moment, so she's not as tempting as she would be if we had some damage to proc that off. And the Heimei Flaminica is interesting. It's a 5-point unit that heals. I think in most arena runs she will always find value. There's always pings flying around, there's always something going down on the board where units are getting damaged, and she's not better than Jermaine, but she is giving us the option to stay devoted. It has to be a little vampire here. Alright, perfect. We got Skjall. Sigvald is great, but Skjall is just gonna make our leader ability so powerful that I cannot pass it up. We get a nice engine going as well while still staying devoted, so I really like that line of play. Hammond is probably the best one here. The Primordial Dow is also pretty good, but the movement and the bleeding, it can really put a stop to some powerful cards. And now here we have an issue. Isegrim's Council is the best card here. We are gonna pick up a dwarf, a Dryad or an elf. We are gonna at least pick up one of those in our run. There's some really powerful ones out there, so if I pick this, I'm not too worried about it being a dead card. It tends, it just brings consistency to the deck. It's a great card. Kira Metz is amazing, especially with some of these units we already have. She can get some huge point value, but Uma's Curse is probably my favorite card here. It's just Pandora's box. What's in the box? We don't know. It could be a game changer, or it could be a game disaster, and it's so tempting to pick this, but I do know I have to go with where the points are. Oh, that's interesting. We have another defender, which is amazing. Vatier is okay. We don't have a lock yet to make that work. Heimdall is always just a great set of points, and very hard not to pick. I think we're gonna go with Heimdall, but to be honest with you, the defender is just so tempting. A second defender might be a little bit of an overkill, but usually a first defender can get dealt with, and having a second one come down not to right after that is rather tempting. We'll go with the points here. Heimdall synergizes nicely with Kira Metz, so I do like that a lot. Land of 1,000 Fables, nothing to really draw, no organic cards. Artist is an interesting decision. These are all pretty decent cards. I mean, obviously Whisper's Tribute, we would need to get an organic card to make that really pop off, but it's not the most difficult thing. We still have a lot of choices to go, and picking up one organic or one spell, not that difficult. But the points aren't there. The points on Regis Higher Vampire are definitely there. Just the issue is, there are just certain decks that don't boost or don't go up anywhere, so you find that maybe this becomes a dead card, whereas Artist here, I mean, he's always gonna get value, whether you like it or not. It's just such a funny pick as well. You put this down in an arena and people are gonna freak out. Damaging everything by half its power is very powerful, but the problem is, I mean, you're also playing at half power as well, and if you aren't going first, your opponent will play a card at full value, then you play Artist, and then he will start getting half value, and then after that you start getting half value. So it could be a matter of, well, you could just be a little bit behind on points because of that. We also have right now some really high powered units that damaging, I mean, this is damage, I think this will be about 3, this is 3, this is 3, this is 4, 3, 4, but you're not affected. We could, I mean, if push comes to shove, we could also Blaze of Glory this out of our deck, but a 5-point Blaze of Glory, it's not as tempting as the 10-point we have right now. I don't know, it looks stupid, it looks fun, let's get it. Let's see what happens. The Uncrate Warrior here is the best card. Yeah, let's make this work. Let's see what happens. You know. Okay. This is also a very interesting pick. Ygern is pretty easily the best card here, but Gaeth is also very tempting. I mean, this can easily stack up to be 12 points. And we do have one piece of movement right now. Actually, I didn't notice, but Heme Flamidica is synergizes with Artist pretty nicely. I think this could win us a game. This could probably, if we do this, this, and then this, no matter what we play, it gets healed up. That's actually very interesting. Anyway, back to the matter at hand, and it's about picking up Gaeth or doing Ygern. This is less risky, and plus we can put it down twice, so I'm gonna go with that. Oh my word, actually. Prophet, Leo, the Prophet here with Artist, and it's looking very good, honestly. Roach Merciless, solid 10-point play. In most cases, you will get that 10 points out, so this is a very strong play, but the Prophet is just way too tempting with the archetype we are holding onto right now. Okay, we'll just split up 3 damage randomly. That's fine. Margarita is really good. It's just we do need a lock, and let's pick up the first lock we have here. All of these are pretty bad. Prince Willem is probably going to be the best pick here. I mean, with the Princess Pavetta, we don't have anything that'll make that work. We don't have Albrecht, we don't have anything for you as well. I mean, it could be a good round 2 pass play, but Prince Willem is probably the most tempting card here. Let's do this. It's a little tricky, but it's a good round 2 pass play, and we'll just save it up for that when we need it. Azur's Double Cross would pull out Skull, but we don't want him to ever get pulled out. It can also pull out Himdall. That is nothing to frown at. Nenike is a solid 8-point play here, that offers us some protection. And Commander's Horn is not the worst, because we are going to be stacking a row just because we have a defender, so this is also not the worst. But I think let's go Azur's Double Cross here. We haven't gotten anything devoted yet, so this is a time when we're okay with breaking devotion. And you know, whenever you pick a neutral card, your next card is always going to have devotion in the tag. It's just how it works. It's just how that works. We're picking the lock and movement because of the Argaeth, and just to help that synergize. Aguera, not true form, is also really good. Regis, I don't expect to get too much value, and Villain Triton Mirth is a really fun card. It's also just a very risky card. Our deck so far has quite a low base power to it, so I mean, with the exception of Skull, which we don't ever plan to play, Himdall is here. We also have the Cave Troll, so those are the guys who can get in the way. So the risk of playing down a Villain Triton Mirth can backfire and cost us games, whereas Aguera will just end up helping us no matter the situation. Yeah. Temerian Drummer is pretty easy pick there, just to get another engine going. This is an interesting picking the Skirmisher to use with Blaze of Glory for 4 points. It's interesting, but I don't think it's good enough. The Sintra Enchantress is also pretty good. I mean, it's 6 points, but the Demon Crusader is just a solid engine that can cause problems for the opponent. Cyclops, I actually do like Cyclops here. Yeah, I actually like Cyclops the best here. We don't, you know, like, this is not an engine. There's just a lot of cards that are not engines that we can afford to just toss at something we want to remove, and removal can be just so powerful that I don't mind picking up a 4-point piece of removal. Roderick is great. Tainted Ale is also pretty okay. Tainted Ale synergizes with Artist as well, just because it doesn't put points down. It is just 6 points of removal. Is 6 points of removal enough? I mean, yeah, especially because you can split it up into 2. So for that reason and that reason alone, that is the best play. Teruviel is very tempting here. The most points here is Teruviel, but another Heimei Flamidica is a joke. It's just a joke. If we can get that to really work, it's gonna be insane. It's such a joke. Very difficult. Very difficult. I like this for there's humor here. There's there's a lot of fun to be had here. At the same time, we don't have any way of making sure that we always get these cards reliably drawing, so we'll pick up the Teruviel, though I do, for the record, want to say I would rather have had another Flamidica. Okay, a Purify is never a bad choice, but a Mullane has just got that versatility, which is nice. Surrender is also pretty good. The Makaham Horn is solid 8 points, also does great, synergizes with Artis here, so I would love to have picked that, but the removal can just be so important. Finally, I think Fog is okay, but we already have one piece of weather, so a second Fog doesn't feel like it'll accomplish a second fog. I mean, a fog just from the beginning doesn't feel like it'll accomplish much going forward, since we do have the Argaeth, and we don't want to overwrite that under any circumstance. So yeah, this is the deck. How do I feel about it? I feel that it's very interesting. I think that with Artis in hand and Flamidica, there's just potential to have some fun here. So having said that, I'm looking forward to seeing where this deck goes, whether it ends up losing 3 in a row right off the bat, or we end up winning maybe, I don't know, 6-7. I'll be happy either way. Did you just call me vermin? I'll show you who the vermin is. Okay, that's very nice. Obviously, we might want to just keep this Azure Double Cross in hand while we keep Skull, just for the... Cyclops, you can go as well. Just so that we can, if we really want to draw it, we can bring out Heimdall here. And, you know, if we have that...
Mayhap you'll gawk at Arcadia's marvels too one day.
If we feel that there is a potential to Heimdall here and take the round, we are definitely going to do that. Though having said that, a leader ability here would change the game. Okay, we can start nice and slow here. We can just give this boy some bleeding. No need to do anything hasty. You can just, you know, you put down a solid 10-point play. I wouldn't have agreed to boost the veteran up like that. I mean, there's always that potential to have him heal himself at full, but, you know, our opponent trusts his units and is going to command his units to the best of his abilities, and we're going to do the same. We're going to, you know, we've done our draft. We're now in the arena. We're ready to fight. This needs to go down to 2. So 8. I'm just thinking our guy here this will be an 8, 6 next turn, then a 4, and then a 2 and heal. We could always, you know, put an end to it with we can't really. We would need to melee that down when it hits 4. So if we play this, we would then have to play melee in 2 turns. But it's just so good right now that I can't pass it up. We have to do this. It's just getting full value, and if it's gonna get full value, let's take the opportunity while we have the chance. We will obviously just melee in a turn, so we get that 4 down and prevent it from healing back up to an 8. Otherwise, before we do that, I think I'll drop the Temerian Drummer right here. I'm sure this is very annoying for the opponent. Teruviel wasn't also a bad play. I mean, Teruviel could have just taken the 2 of them out, but we can save that for later. Especially knowing that Argaeth comes back into our hand next turn, so I feel pretty comfortable with this line of play. I will say a little bit of movement would have been nice if we had drawn either of our moving triggers. It would have been very welcome. So opponent just passes here.
Left, right, left, right.
So this will go back up to an 8 if I don't deal with it now. Having said that, do I feel the need to deal with it now? I mean, not really. We can just now throw this down and we'll have more than enough points to...
Put our steel to the test.
We have more than enough points to take the round, so this is fine. That went perfectly. We also didn't commit anything really valuable, and thanks to that, I feel like we're in a very good position. I mean, we could even see how far we can push this round. Depending what we draw, maybe we push. Maybe we really go heavy on the push here and go... Maybe we don't. Okay. I'm still keeping Flamidica in hand just because we are looking to draw artists here, and if we don't, that's gonna be a story for another time. Dimukase, you're the worst. That's not too bad. The Prophet is looking like the worst card right now, but he does have a little bit of synergy. So I'm okay with this line of play. We can start off really strong here. We have 2 cards to play with, so let's start off with a Prophet. I know, like, there is that synergy with artists to, you know, maybe not play Prophet right now, but we could just put the engine down.
Oh God, you like a fish!
I'm gonna hold out for the artist play. If it doesn't work out, we'll drop the Prophet, we'll drop the Flamidica. If we don't draw it, but in that order, we'll first go Prophet, then we'll go Flamidica, because Flamidica can heal. Keeping in mind that we do have to at all costs drop Skull as well, so it's a little tough. It's gonna be a little tough navigating this.
Let's make this quick.
So now we have a choice to make. Do we go hard on this round, or do we...
Winds hurl, waves crash.
I think we go a little hard on this round. I just want to see where we end up what we end up doing, because if he now plays a second unit in a melee row, I might Argaeth and then pass the round. What if we could get our opponent to use his leader charge? That would be quite nice. That's very slow. That's so slow. I might actually play Flamidica here. Oh no, he is going for it. So he's going to use his leader charge right now. I'm feeling very comfortable about pushing this round further. We are 2 points ahead, but Flamidica is a 7-point play. We just have some really good things here that make me feel really comfortable about pushing. Yeah, I really do feel comfortable if I pushed here. I would not be... I'm not discouraged. Like, this is a very hard decision to make. Like, usually you don't want to push in arena. I mean, going down a card in arena is horrible because it's not like constructed where you can basically, you know, play around what your opponent has. Yeah, we can't play around anything. We just have to play the best cards we can. It's very tempting. It was very tempting to put the Flamidica down now. It's Flamidica will come in at 9 points at least, and I mean 9 points is a lot.
Battles are won or lost by the commanders, not by sorceresses.
Okay. I mean, if you want to go a card down, then be my guest, I guess. You know, I'm not the one gonna stop you pursuing your dreams of being a card down in round 3. It's so strange, like going your first game. Wow. Wow, that was a lot of effort. That was a lot of effort. Taken back by that. But yeah, it's so, like, Arena is so strange. Your game 1 can be against the most insane deck you've ever come across, or your game 1 can just be a waste of time. Actually, Albalok is not the worst card here. Because he can put something on top of our deck, what we can do, obviously, we can actually choose what Azure Double Cross picks. It also works well with that. Okay. Yeah, so the reason I went about it that way is we can do 2 things. Okay, if we that's whatever. We'll just get our engine done, I guess. So we can do 2 things. We can play Albalok and we can, you know, give Heimdall the boost him up to 10, and then does Azure Double Cross. We play him at the end. Alternatively, if we're really desperate to unlock or to lock something, we can give Aguera True Form the... Okay, that's very slow, so we'll play our defender now. We can give Aguera True Form the boost, that'll put her in 9, and then Azure's Double Cross will pick her up instead. Alternatively, the final line of play is if our opponent has something... Okay. If our opponent has something just incredibly big...
Those who seek wisdom in dreams
incredibly big,
perish as
we can
fools.
boost Skull up to a 12-point play before we use Blaze of Glory. So, just a lot of good plays to be had with Albalok right now, and that is why I chose to keep him. That's funny. He has his own.
Nature's a fickle beast.
Yeah. They'll just protect us from 1 tick of frost while she does some really good healing. Hopefully, it'll hit here, then he'll go up to 6, he'll get hit, and then she'll just keep healing him back up to full.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
That sucks. That's very unfortunate. Okay, that worked out perfect for us.
I don't like
we are gonna just start bleeding that down. We don't... What do we do? I think we're gonna do our artist, right? Now it's the artist play where he's gonna be used to I can't Argyle this guy ever. That's also another problem, but it's okay. Yeah, I think we can just Blaze of Glory. We can hit that for 5 and kill it. Not that it's gonna be necessary. We should be fine between the bleeds and some of the other damage we have in hand. We're okay. Still, his Cantarilla did a number on us. On the bright side, he didn't get our fall bore, so we're fine. Well, that opens us up to play our own Argyle, so there we go. And that bleeding never matters at all, just because we have After Medica here, and she's gonna do just amazing things for us. I'm also tempted to... our friend here is just in such a bad position. I'll need to actually hit this for 2, but I could just get rid of it right now. We'll apply some more bleeding here. Skull is dead.
I live to serve.
Actually, we could boost up the artist, yeah, just to give us a little bit more in terms of our leader ability. That is going to offer us a little bit more power, whereas Heimdall really doesn't need it. Heimdall is fine where he is. He's doing great. Thank you for checking up on him. But okay, here I think it's pretty simple just to
The Emperor shall be proud of his sons.
get rid of that. I'm surprised he let the medical live, considering how much value she's been getting in this game. Okay. Oh man, I'm sorry. That is horrible. We could obviously play this out and make it so our opponent has 0 points, but I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to BM here. You know, Glacier 449, maybe you're just learning, and welcome to Gwent if you are. Hope you're having fun, and keep it up. You know, at one point when I started playing Arena a long time ago, I was sucky. I was so bad. I would make all the wrong decisions all the time. I would on a regular probably get like 2 wins and 3 losses, sometimes 3 and 3. It was, you know, it's about figuring it out. It's about getting into it, and it's not, you know, it's a completely different game compared to Constructed. It's not that you build a deck, you know what you have. Here it's your opponents are just unpredictable. We're all just mad men with a bunch of mad lads fighting it out for the 9-win glory. Alright, this is looks like it's gonna take a little bit of time to get this into the next game, so I'm gonna just pause it here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Game just proving me wrong at every level. First with the devotion tag when I picked my first neutral, and now with this, it's...
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
Alright. Okay, this is a very good hand. We have the artist. Cyclops is the worst one here, so we'll get rid of you. Alblock is great, but he's not great for round 1, so it's a little tricky. I'm tempted to throw him out, but at the same time, I'm pretty okay with what this hand is. Maybe, yeah, maybe we can do that. That works. Okay, let's start with a Slice Seductress here.
Shh, my noble knight.
She demands an answer. She is the question, and she's demanding an answer. And if there is no answer, we know we have round 1. If an answer does come around, so she gets locked.
Detest intruders.
I'm okay with that lock. What I'll just do here is we could just unlock it right away. There's something to be said about that. There's, you know, to letting her flourish. We do have another lock in hand. We also have some damage. So we're gonna do this, it's fine.
Leave us.
It's also just a good amount of points on board just to show our opponent where we stand, saying, hey, we are planning on winning this round, and if you want to come, there it is. Guiding Slash comes down. I'm pretty okay with seeing that. Neckers, hey buddy. Oh, Neckers, you have provided me with an Argeth target. We can hold on to off. We can hold off from pulling that trigger for 1 turn. I think it's okay
It's a waste of time for one like me.
for us to just play our Temerian Drummer. I'm not gonna boost it just yet. I want to get this over 9 before I apply a boost to it, so that we don't get scorched. Okay. That is not an issue at all. It's actually pretty okay. We'll just play our Argeth now. As well, just, you know, frost for a frost. The only difference is our next frost sticks wipes his board, while we have at least a decent engine that's putting his frost down to only 1 tick per turn. I'm very curious to see what...
One bolt's all I need.
what our opponent does with here. It's we can... I don't feel the need to do anything drastic just yet, so we can do this. This will just protect. This means this next proc of frost does actually no damage, and I'm actually okay with just playing Obelok here.
My powers are yours to command.
What do we want? There's a lot of good things to want, and it's always just gonna be the defender here. Okay, and then we can finish it off with a Tainted Ale next turn. This one ping I'm not too concerned about. I don't think there's much I can do with just one ping.
I've no interest in politics.
I guess that is what it is. We are gonna just finish this off with a Tainted Ale here. And that should be enough. I think our opponent has absolutely no reason to go any further into this round. I mean, if optimal scenario for us, maybe he does a Scorch, I'll be very happy, but no, that's exactly what I thought. I think being 12-13 points ahead on 4 cards, it's a good time to stop. We also got the Obelok down, so that's fantastic considering what a slow play he is. We're getting a 9-point defender. We're getting a hard Geth. We have Artus. We just need Flamidic. Oh, we don't need Flamidic anymore. We got the Prophet. Let me just see, what is Azure drawing us? Most likely Hammond. Okay, I'm very happy with this hand. I have no complaints. I can't. I would love to do a little mulligan here, but the hand is just so good that I just really have no complaints about it. It's gonna be a nice long round. I know that our guy will get some value if he doesn't get 12. I mean, we'll get 12. We have the movement option with our Azure's double cross if we don't draw it. So this is a very, very comfortable situation that I feel myself in. Oh, there's our movement. Now all we need is Flamidica. Okay, this is crazy. Let's see how we can, if we can pull this off. I'm honestly not sure if this is gonna be possible. It requires a lot of moving pieces. We also have
Why bother with the door when the window's open?
this is actually pretty good for us. Okay, we'll start off with our defender here. Actually, I want to start off with the Prophet.
Do not fear. Find strength in faith.
The reason I'm okay with starting with Prophet, if he does get removed, if something does happen to him, I'm very okay with that because we do have the Flamidica Artus combo. So the Prophet isn't essential to our plans. There we go. The Prophet isn't essential to our plans. Like I said, we have enough to make this just work. So yeah, we are sitting pretty good right now. I think our opponent's gonna be in a little bit of trouble coming up, because when that artist comes down, it's going to just make everything feel so awkward. Oh, artist, you're ranged. I didn't know, because I never.
No country for the weak.
Because I never ever play you. I never ever play you, so I've never thought, oh yeah, this is a range unit. Of course, it's a range unit. What am I talking about? Also, we will Argeth soon. Though we have plenty of time, we still have at least 3 cards we can play out before Argeth becomes a necessity, so I don't mind holding on to it for a little bit longer. Okay. Alright, well, in that case, let's do the good things with the frost. And that's my bad. I have never used artists. I don't think I've ever actually used artists. So, not knowing that he was ranged, that's on me. It's just a simple read. But, that's okay. If we had the defender down here, artists, it would have been some really great stuff happening. But at the same time, you know, it's not the biggest loss. We still have a very strong hand, but we can make this work quite well.
I'll consider this my tip.
Okay. I feel okay with just locking this down right now. I don't see a reason to let that ball out of control, especially because our entire hand is...
I hope we can trust you.
Our entire hand is units, so if without locking that down, that is gonna get at least 6 points of value, and I'm not about that. Okay, he counters our last tick of frost. That's okay. We could at least apply movement here, so we know that our last tick of frost does something. And I think that's going to be the play, because
Put him in chains. He's a keeper.
so I was gonna move it up to the front row, but then I thought about Heimdall, and I thought, you know what, let's just try to get also as much Heimdall value as possible.
Don't make me laugh.
Okay, well, Ciri is no threat to us at all, so I don't really care about that. Unless he puts down a defender, at which point it might be a problem. I think let's do Azur's double cross, because we can...
I fear nothing.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, Flamidica gets value here, so this is what we need to do. Okay, we can play this now.
At times nature needs a helping hand.
Don't worry about the Ciri. The Ciri is not a problem at all. As long as the Ciri doesn't get boosted or anything. No. Buddy, calm down. Okay, so as long...
Blooded one.
You know what? This worked out perfectly. we got the most amount of points on the board. I think, you know, the skull was an accidental play. That was honestly, I forgot that we have to use our leader charge first before we play skull. But at the same time, the fact that we have skull on the board and the fact that Turiel just did that with our leader charge. Beautiful, because what would have happened otherwise is we would have spent 10 points on a 5-point card and it would not have been great. Okay, another decisive victory. This deck is performing a little better than expected in terms of points and in terms of how we got here. Like the fact that we still won with a card in hand, very strong. I was expecting to win, but I just wasn't expecting to win so decisively in the first 2 games. Very nice. Let's jump into another one. Yay. So I want to jump into another game, but the game glitched out and didn't register that last one as a win. So it's rightfully mine. Give it to me. That is a little disappointing, but that's so disappointing, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Things happen all the time, so very unfortunate turn of events. I guess we'll just redo game 2 and, you know, try again, because we tied in some universe. Alright, I'll be back as soon as we get into a game.
Uncrate!
Well, we are going up against another Syndicate deck, except this one isn't gonna be as friendly as the one we just faced. Skull, I can't have you here right now. I need you to move yourself. And the Uncrate Warrior, you can also get out of here.
Consider this my tip.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. Replaying game 2 against another Syndicate, except the Syndicate one, I think, might be just a little bit stronger than our previous opponent.
Yes.
I'm thinking I just get rid of that. And this is why I do like Tainted Ale. It's the fact that you can just distribute your pings to a maximum of 6 damage is pretty good. There are just some spells that just do 6 outright, and you would pick them in Arena, whereas this with Tainted Ale,
Famous last words right there.
you can distribute that quite nicely.
We've no faces. We've no hearts.
That scares me just a little bit. Honestly speaking, the Immortal is kind of frightening, because we have had situations where
They've sailed into troubled waters, mate.
we have played the Immortal and gotten some really good things to pop off for us. And you know, if you're drafting an Immortal, I believe that you have some sort of synergy in your hand to make that work. It's not just a blind draft. You're like, yeah, just pick up the Immortal and be happy with only having 6 points.
Your name, young man, demands you be cursed into an urchin.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Okay, he gets a point ahead here, but it's not the worst thing ever. Teruvial is pretty interesting here. We can't actually kill that. Does Teruvial? Okay, I think we can. I think if we do like this, and then deploy will come in.
Waste of arrows, that lot.
Deploy ability will come in before the Slice of Duchess gets a point in value. So okay, so he's gonna lock the ship.
Golden dragon.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
That's very interesting. We could do Argaeth now. It's very promising. And then the problem is that Immortal is just sitting there annoying the crap out of us. And we're on even points. Our opponent has used his leader ability. We are sitting on even points. He would need to commit another card to take this. I think because our opponent decided to use his leader ability right now, this early on in the game. I'm happy with the pass here. I don't mind losing on even.
Let's dance.
Okay, friend, you needed 1 point to take the round, friend. You only needed 1 point. That's all. You didn't need 13. You just needed 1. Just please, you know, keep that in mind. It's oh, that's a very good hand. We have locks. I do obviously suspect he's got Damien. People, including myself. And you passed too soon. You passed too soon. What am I supposed to do now? Our hand is incredible. I actually don't want to play anything.
At times, nature needs a helping hand.
We have the Prophet in hand, so the Prophet should also help us with our combo. We just need a little bit of help. We need to draw our defender. We need to draw Artis. Okay, so you can go. Okay, we get the Azur's double cross, which synergizes with Abalakia quite nicely. I feel like the Argeth is just gonna be losing value at this point. Everything else here has purpose, but we also have movement. So because we have Azur's double cross, it can, you know, we can pick and choose what we want to draw, and yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's just fine. We don't have to worry about playing in the melee row since we don't have
Those who seek wisdom
Artis,
in dreams perish
but
as fools.
we will start off with the Prophet here.
I'm in no mood for jests.
That's okay. We could just lock that, or we can't make it bleed or anything like that. I think the
Powers are yours to command.
so do we want to get a defender or do we want to get Heimdall? It's always Heimdall. Can this be damaged? Orders cannot be changed by other cards wherever he is. Can I hit this for 10? Would that work? Does it at least take damage? Or is he set in stone? Not 100% sure. We'll find out as we go along here. The bleed and movement isn't the worst thing here, but at the same time, actually, let's do this.
How many more of you did your mothers
I'm very
bear?
undecisive about it. I was like, this gets us 1 point of value every turn. I also want to do Margarita so that the Kira Metz gets 1 additional point. But then I was like, that's silly. Like, I really shouldn't waste a lock here just because I want to see Kira
Naturally, of course.
Metz get additional value. Here, let's we could lock. Now it's a good. Now we have a good reason to play Margarita here. So. I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just gonna hit it down a bit. I'm gonna hit this guy down a bit. We're just gonna, you know, we're not gonna kill anything because we want Heimdall to be as powerful as possible. That's fine, whatever. I'm happy to see him do that.
I feel honored, truly.
We'll just keep pinging down. I think we're in a good position. The Argeth is obviously, you know, the worst card in hand right now, but that's also okay. We'll have to make it work whether we like it or not. And
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
there's the part that it's, yeah, keep boosting. That's it. Okay, so we can't damage Olgate no matter what. That's okay. We can move Olgate. We can lock and move Olgate to the back. I think that's what we're gonna do this time around. That's perfectly fine. Because he's only getting one tick. Our Argaeth is about to pop off here with our lock, so I feel very good about where we are.
An ill wind blows.
So that's fantastic, and I mean we can just keep doing this. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much. I'm happy that just our Argaeth is now getting the value. Okay, that's simply gonna be our leader play. I don't want I think here we can now deploy the move
I'll
onto
snap your neck in my fist.
like so. And yeah, we'll look. Oh, I didn't use the charge from our engine here, and honestly, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, that got you a lot of value, buddy. That got you a lot of value. We'll just keep pinging this down. I want to play this in the melee row because why not? And the Prophet, you know, he didn't do anything here, but it was still nice to have him on board. Here I just want to see what the total power of our deck is, so I'm gonna just do this to see where this ends.
Finally.
Okay, this is just, I'm not trying to BM here, you know, but I just want to see what the total power of the deck is when we have a solid round 3, and just viewing that, it's very good to know. It's just great information going forward into the next game, so yay. Anyway, did we get win 3 here? We did. Alright. So, I'm gonna cut it here for now. It's been nice and lengthy. And until next time, peace out. Have fun.